All right, welcome in. Ageless Talk Sports. This is the Ohio State football recruiting show, and we have some top headlines coming in here as of the past couple days with the coaching carousel, people leaving. Let's go find out, and I want you to see who is committed already to Ohio State. Now, we had the signing day just happened the other day. I think it was yesterday. But they already did their early signing and had some commits as well for Ohio State and all the other colleges. So it's kind of wasn't that big of a deal for the signing day, which is weird because I really didn't get any updates or notifications on commits or decommits the past couple days. So we're just going to go into some top headlines here and some contracts and some coaching vacancies. So as you know, if you're following it right now, if you don't live under a rock, you have to figure it out here. So Ohio State has lost their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator, line coach. There's a few others, a lot of carousel going around for Ohio State football. And Coach Day, we're going to hit this. Top headline of the day. Coach Day gets a 7-year contract. He gets an extension, 7-year contract, which he's going to be making how much money a year annually? I'm not really good at math, but he is making $12.5 million a year, and that adds up to, you multiply it, because it's going to be a lot of money. And he becomes the second highest paid coach in college football. Tell me who number one is. You win a gold star. All right. So according to 11 Warriors, we had some candidates here. We're seeing Coach Fry, the offensive line coach. I had to get an update because I wrote this down to talk about probably Monday, but we are into Friday. It's Friday. So Coach Fry is gone, and Ryan Day lands, an impressive person, by the way. So Virginia Tech, Ohio State is hiring Virginia Tech offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen to be the next offensive line coach in Columbus. Now, Bowen had been the OC for the last 3 seasons at Virginia Tech. So the interesting thing here is that the Buckeyes got Bowen to leave a coordinator job at the ACC to be a position coach. So Ohio State picks up Virginia Tech's offensive OC, Tyler Bowen. And that's an update. Just happened like yesterday, a couple days ago. So excited about that. And, you know, Chip Kelly's going to the Raiders. Jim Knowles goes a lateral move. We talked about that last week because we knew that early. Jim Knowles went to Penn State. He's from Philly. We already talked about that, so we're not going to talk about that. And then we have some recruits. We're just going to get into it. But first, Chris Henry Jr. I remember watching his dad play. His dad played, I believe, for the Bengals. Now, he passed away. Chris Henry passed away, back in 2005 or so, I think. 2006. Might have been 07 because I know I was in college in 06, and it might have been around that time. What, he fell off a truck or something with an argument with his girlfriend? That's crazy, though. I'm not looking at any articles. This is off the top of the dome piece because I'm just thinking about it, rehashing it from 20 years ago. It's been a while. So Chris Henry Jr., he's a top recruit for Ohio State. I'm looking at all kinds of articles. I'm not pinpointing one. So I know Pac-Man Jones had something to say about it, according to Sports Illustrated, and about where he's going. Now, Oregon's trying to get him as well. He's pushing to flip. Oregon's trying to get him. And then he traveled to USC. That was the article that I was going to talk about from 6 days ago on Sports Illustrated. So Ohio State Buckeyes 5-star commit Chris Henry Jr. to visit USC Trojans for Junior Day. That was on Monday. And now could the Michigan Wolverines' newfound NIL success get him as well? So the NIL is going on in Michigan, and the team up north is too, because they weren't even using it. I think they're finally using it. But this just happened the other day. Oregon pushing for Chris Henry Jr. So Ohio State's going to have to break the bank here to open up some recruiting classes and pay their players as well. It's just almost like an NFL type program now. So there's your top headlines. OC, Chip Kelly is gone. Brian, oh yeah, Brian Hartline. That's what I was going to say too. I'm glad I rehashed it. So Brian Hartline moves up from wide receiver coach into the offensive coordinator spot. So there's going to be a wide receiver, and I think people are just going to start moving up in the organization as we come to the next few days, as we're going to get this coaching carousel done with. So you got Brian Hartline at OC. I'm going to try to see. I don't know yet. Didn't do any research on it, but I don't know yet who's going to be the defensive coordinator, but I'm sure that it's in the works. Chip Kelly, Raiders. We said that like 3 times. Jim Knowles gone. So I think we're picking up somebody from Arizona Cardinals coming. I think that's what I'm thinking of, but I'm not looking at anything right now. So Coach Day, and then we have the offensive line coach that came from Virginia Tech. Then Brian Hartline moves up, the offensive coordinator. And as of right now, I think that's all we got going on right now. So now we're going to get into our program here. So 6 massive recruits, according to Scarlet and Game. Ohio State football team predicted to land 6 massive recruits this year. So one of them is Max Riley. He's an offensive lineman, 4-star offensive lineman out of Avon Lake, Ohio. He's predicted to choose Ohio State, which would be great to get some offensive linemen. We need them. And Adam Guthrie, another offensive lineman who's predicted to pick Ohio State, and he's out of Washington Courthouse out here. Now, if Justin Fry can land both of those recruits, that'll be a nice start of the offensive line class for the 2026 season. So we talked about Justin Fry, but Justin Fry's gone. So this is an old report. So the Virginia Tech guys are going to have to be working on it. And then Sam Greer is another 4-star offensive lineman out of Akron. And we got Sincere Johnson is a 4-star recruit out of Cleveland, and he's a linebacker. So there's some big-name prospects here coming out of Ohio State, and these are all Ohio prospects as well. And then we got one that is coming out of Suwanee, Georgia, Deuce Geralds. He's the only recruit who isn't from the state of Ohio to pick up this prediction. So Suwanee, how you ever say that? Suwanee, Georgia. Deuce Geralds. So kind of anxious to see the next few days what's going to happen. All right, so now we're going to go under some recruiting class as of right now of 2025. And we're going to go down the list. And we have some highlight here if you want to see it coming out of this is Bleacher Report. If you want to go and check it out with Tavion Sinclair, he has a 2024 highlights. I was going to post it on here for YouTube, but I keep getting copyrighted, so I'm not going to do it. You're just going to be looking at the pretty helmet. All right, so Tavion Sinclair out of Bellefontaine, Ohio. Bellefontaine, if you want to say it like that. Bellefontaine. I'm from Ohio, and I said Bellefontaine. I was thinking of Prefontaine, the runner. But anyways, Tavion Sinclair, he's probably going to be the starter next year, by the way, since we don't have anybody at quarterback. Are we going to pick anybody at transfers? I don't know. We're going to get to that in a second. Devin Sanchez, I'm not going to say all these names, but Devin Sanchez, the corner, these are just the top recruits according to On3 out of Houston, Texas. Quincy Porter, wide receiver, Bergen Catholic, Oradell, New Jersey. Riley Pettijohn, linebacker, McKinney, Texas. Carter Lowe, he got an offensive tackle. We need to build up that offensive line. Whitmer, that's where he went to high school, in Toledo, Ohio. Fahim Delane, safety, Good Counsel, Olney, Maryland. Zion Grady, he's an edge rusher out of Enterprise for Troy, Alabama. Another guy from Alabama, Anthony Rogers, running back from Carver, Montgomery, Alabama. Bo Jackson, we got him, and he's going to be a good piece. There's a couple running backs. There's going to be a good freshman class coming in. So Bo Jackson, Villa Angela, St. Joseph High School out of Cleveland. Epi Sinelli, he's an edge rusher, Bellflower, California. So where's that other running back we were talking about? There's Isaiah West. He's a running back out of Philadelphia. So there's another true freshman as well coming too. Anthony Rogers, we talked about that. And now we got some transfers. And if you want to see on Bleacher Report, C.J. Donaldson Jr., he got 2024 regular season highlights here. C.J. Donaldson, the running back from West Virginia, transferring to the Buckeyes. And that is what I was talking about, because our running backs are gone. I think Quinshon Judkins is gone. Trevion Henderson is gone. And then that left the third stringer. So C.J. Donaldson would be a good pickup, and we already got him to transfer. You got Philip Daniels transferring from Minnesota. He's an offensive tackle. Max Clare, the tight end from Purdue. Ethan Onawa, the offensive tackle from Rice. So all these guys that are coming in, there's only like six transfers as of right now. And then two of them are offensive linemen. You got an edge rusher, a running back, a tight end, and a linebacker. And we got Logan George, the edge rusher from Idaho State, Ty Howard, linebacker from Duquesne. So those are the top 2025 class as of right now that are getting signed and or transferred. Now we have one that Zaire Mathis, he has decommitted from Ohio State. So this is on Twitter, and I'm quoting, "After much consideration, I've decided to reopen my recruitment and decommit from Ohio State. I appreciate Coach Day, Coach Johnson, and all the coaches at Ohio State. They're still a top school for me. This is a life decision. Please respect my decision." End quote. Off of Twitter, or off of X, Zaire Mathis. He is gone. So there is your top Ohio State football recruiting class of 2025. There are still some remaining, and also coaching signings, but be prepared for next Friday at 5 p.m., dropping it Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Please subscribe, share, like, follow, do it all, baby. Trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers here this year. We at 534 so far. Love you guys. God bless. Tip to wages.